Hello and welcome everybody to my channel Omni Bio Entrance, and today we will be discussing DBT JRF Entrance Exam question paper conducted in the year 2023. If you are new to my channel, please do like, share and subscribe. Okay, coming to the next question. Which of the following autoimmune disorders involve an attack on intestinal tissues that lead to destruction of gut epithelia and poor absorption of food? So all these given in the option are various autoimmune disorders, and from the question that is attack on intestinal tissues, it is Crohn's disease. Answer is option 3. Then next one. After sequencing the genome of a new species, you have obtained 25 lakh reads, each of 100 nucleotide in length. Following assembly, the draft genome obtained is of 5 megabase pair size. What is the depth coverage of the sequencing? So to calculate that, you have to use the Lander-Waterman equation method for calculating coverage. So it is given by the formula C is equal to Ln by G. C is coverage, N number of reads, L read length, G genome length. So L read length they have given as 100 nucleotides, N that is number of reads is 25 lakhs, genome size G is equal to 5 MB size. Now convert it into base pairs. So 5 into 10 lakhs. So that many base pairs it will be. Put it in the formula, you will get it as 50x. So the answer here is option 3. Then next one. Metagenomics refers to genome sequencing of a collection of microorganisms. That is metagenomics. Answer is option 2. Next one. Intake of total folic acid should not exceed dash in the diet for adults. So it should not exceed 0.4 mg per day. Answer is option 3. Then next one. What is true about similarity and homology between protein sequences? Now similarity, it is the degree of likeness between sequences and is usually expressed as percentage, and it is calculated by number of similar residues divided by length of the whole sequence alignment. And it can be easily calculated. So it is a mathematical term. Whereas homology, it is a statement about common evolutionary ancestry of two sequences, and it can be either true or false only. So it is not a mathematical term. So they have asked what is true about similarity and homology. So similarity is a mathematical term. 2 is correct. Then next one. Which of these is not multiple sequence alignment program? Naturally it is BLAST, which is not a multiple sequence alignment program. It is basic. It is a local alignment tool. Answer here is option 4. Next question. Bootstrap value is a phylogenetic tree indicates. So it indicates robustness. Answer is option 3. Then next one. Nitrogenase is a complex enzyme consisting of molybdenum iron protein and iron protein. Which one of the following statement regarding nitrogenase enzyme is not correct? It comprises component 1 and component 2. So that is correct. Component 1 is known as dinitrogenase and component 2 is dinitrogenase reductase. Molybdenum iron proteins are dinitrogenase reductase. So if you take the case of molybdenum iron nitrogenase, component 1 is a molybdenum iron protein in that molybdenum iron nitrogenase, component 1. So component 1 I already told you it is a dinitrogenase, and component 2 is dinitrogenase reductase. So molybdenum iron protein or dinitrogenase reductase is wrong. It is dinitrogenase only. Then next one, iron proteins are homodimer. That is also correct. Molybdenum iron proteins are heterotetramer. That is also correct. Then coming to the next question. Torch test is utilized in pregnant females to detect antibodies against. So we have already discussed the full form of torch elsewhere in this question paper itself. I think it was regarding TrueNat for tuberculosis test. So that time I have told you about the full form of torch, and I told you that it is used in neonates and pregnant females. So toxoplasma species, rubella virus, cytomegalovirus. So answer is option 2. The telomerase enzyme has the following activity. So it is RNA dependent DNA polymerase. It is a reverse transcriptase. Answer is option 2. Peppers in spicy food are hot because the capsaicin usually activates. So proprioceptors. So proprioceptors, they receive stimuli from within the body, especially with the ones that respond to position and movement. So that is not the answer. Photopigments, no auditory receptors, they are for hearing, not for smell and taste. So thermal nociceptors will be the answer. Answer is option 2. Then next one. A group of organisms in the marine system that feed on dead biomass and waste material is called. They are called as detrivores. Answer is option 3. Then next one. Which of the following wavelength of light are perceived by Z-tulip photoreceptor? So it is so this photoreceptor, it has regulatory role in photoperiodic flowering and circadian rhythm. So it the light perceived by this photoreceptor is UVA and blue light. Answer is option 3. Then next one. Given below are two statements. One is labeled as assertion A and other is labeled as reason R. Assertion A. The strand separation of DNA occurs in vivo during processes such as DNA replication and transcription. That's correct. The sites where these processes are initiated are often rich in CG base pairs, not CG base pairs but in AT base pairs. CG base pairs will have 3 hydrogen bonds, so it is difficult to break them very fast. But AT rich means they have only 2 hydrogen bonds, so they can be easily broken. So in such sites, it will be usually AT rich base pairs. So A is correct but not correct. Answer is option 3. Then next one, match list 1 with list 2. Interleukin 2. Major growth factor for T and B cell, enhances cytolytic activity of natural killer cells. A4. Interferon gamma, IFN gamma. It is a major mediator of inflammation. No. So 3. Strong macrophage activating factor causes a variety of cells to express class 2 MHC molecules. That is correct. So option 4 is the right answer. Tumor necrosis factor, major mediator of inflammation, stimulate macrophages and cytokine production. Interleukin 12 activates NK cell and T cell, potentially induces production of interferons, shifts immune response to Th1. So option 4 is the right answer. Then next one. Which one of the following organism is most likely to be the cause of pneumonia in an immunocompetent infant? So immunocompetent infant, it is Mycoplasma pneumoniae. Answer is option 3. Then next one. Which of the following statement is not true for penicillin production using penicillin notatum? Penicillin is a secondary metabolite. That is correct. Penicillin is recovered from the fermented broth by solvent extraction. That is also correct. The process is carried out in fed batch mode. That is also correct. The process follows growth associated product formation kinetics. That is not correct. So they have asked which is not true for penicillin production. So answer is option 4. Then next one. Which of the following type of plastid is formed first when etioplast types are exposed to light? Gerontoplast. Gerontoplast, it is a plastid that develops from chloroplast during senescence of leaves. Then amyloplast. Amyloplast is a colorless plastid that forms and stores starch. Then pregranal plastid. Pregranal plastid is the answer. Not mature chloroplast, because they have asked formed first. First it will be pregranal plastid, then only mature chloroplast. Then next one. Which is the most common side effect of beta-lactam antibiotics? So it is allergic reaction. Answer is option 1. Beta-lactam antibiotics are your penicillins. Then siderophores are generally produced by bacteria only during sporulation, pore-forming toxins, structurally diverse ion chelating molecules. That is the correct answer. Answer is option 3. Then next one. The technique commonly used to resolve large size DNA fragments greater than 20 kb following digestion with restriction enzyme is pulse field gel electrophoresis. Answer is option 3. Megakaryocytes are the major source of megakaryocytes. They are major source of platelets. Answer is option 4. Which of the following method is used to determine the three-dimensional structure of a protein in solution? So, in solution form, which is used, it is NMR spectroscopy. It is not X-ray crystallography, because in X-ray crystallography, the protein is crystallized and then using X-ray diffraction, the structure of the protein is determined. Here they have asked for the protein in solution form. So, it is NMR spectroscopy. Next one. Match list 1 with list 2. List 1 is precursor and list 2 is the fermentation product. Phenyl acetic acid related compounds. So it is penicillin G. Phenoxyacetic acid is penicillin 5. Cyanides is vitamin B12 and L-threonine is cyclosporin C. So the answer here is option 2, A1, B2, C3, D4. Then which of the following technique does not depend on nucleic acid hybridization? DNA microarray, chromatin immunoprecipitation. Yes, chromatin immunoprecipitation, because it is an antibody based technology and it is used to determine the interaction between proteins and DNA in the cell. Chromosome painting. Chromosome painting, it is a technique to visualize the entire chromosome using fluorescence in situ hybridization. Southern blotting, it also depends on nucleic acid hybridization. So the answer here is chromatin immunoprecipitation. Then next one. Formation of the pre-replicative complexes, pre-RC, renders the cell competent for replication, an event called as. It is not proofreading, nick translation, no. Licensing. Answer is option 3. Humulons or alpha acids are used in making which of the following alcoholic beverages? So it is beer. Answer is option 3. Smith-Waterman algorithm. It is an algorithm to perform local alignments. Answer is option 2. Needleman-Wunsch is for global alignments. So the answer here is option 2. Next question. Given below are two statements. Statement 1. Glial cells form myelin around the axons of the neurons. That is correct. Statement 2. Myelin enables the rapid transmission of action potential down an axon. In the light of the above statement, choose the most appropriate answer from the option given below. So both the statement 1 and 2 are correct. Yes. That is the answer. So answer is option 1. Next one. How many isoprene units are present in a diterpene? So it is 4. Answer is option 2. Then next one. Cells primarily produce energy through mitochondrial oxidative phosphorylation. However, most cancer cells predominantly produce their energy through a high rate of glycolysis followed by lactic acid fermentation even in the presence of abundant oxygen. This phenomenon is known as Warburg effect. Answer is option 2. What is Crabtree effect? Crabtree effect whereby yeast produces ethanol in aerobic condition at high external glucose concentration. So rather than producing biomass, it produces ethanol when you supply it with glucose, that too in aerobic conditions. That is called as Crabtree effect. Then next question. Given below are two statements. One is labeled as assertion A and the other is labeled as reason R. Mitogen activated protein kinases MAPK are activated by upstream mitogen activated protein kinases MAPKK. That's correct. The activated MAPK are inactivated by mitogen activated protein kinase phosphatase. That is also correct, but it is not an explanation for A. So both A and R are true, but R is not the correct explanation of A. Answer is option 2. Then next one. Which of the following protein will have a signal peptide? So it is immunoglobulins. Answer is option 3. The following feature about a DNA is incorrect. The DNA is arranged in a left-handed double helix. No, it is right-handed double helix. So first statement itself is wrong. Left-handed double helix is for ZDNA, not for ADNA. So the answer is option 1. Next question. Which of the following cloning vectors will you use to clone a 200 kb gene? So it is bacterial artificial chromosome. Answer is option 3. Then next one. Roll tube technique is used for the isolation of. So it is for the isolation of stringent anaerobic bacteria. Answer is option 3. Then next one. The E. coli strain BL21DE3 is used for expressing recombinant proteins whose genes are cloned in the PET vector series. The primary reason for this is BL21DE3 lacks protease that degrade polymerases required for the expression of genes in PET vectors. That is not true. BL21DE3 encode protease that specifically processes the expressed protein. Then you will not get the expressed protein itself because it is encoding a protease. So that is also not true. BL21DE3 harbors a polymerase that is required for expressing the gene in PET vectors. That is correct. So answer is option 3. What happens to entropy if a crystalline substance such as NaCl dissolves? In crystalline state, entropy is less, but when you dissolve it, the molecules or the ions separate out from the crystal, so entropy increases. Next question. Why progesterone only contraceptives are not recommended as emergency contraceptive? So progesterone may not block follicular development or ovulation. That is why progesterone only contraceptives are not recommended as emergency contraceptives. Answer is option 4. Then next one. Given below are two statements. One is labeled as assertion A and the other is labeled as reason R. Assertion A. Heat and extremes of pH cause denaturation or melting of double helical DNA. That is correct. Breaking of covalent bonds of DNA causes unwinding of the double helix. Not covalent bonds, it is hydrogen bonds. So statement R, reason R is not correct. So A is correct but R is not correct. Answer is option 3. So coming to the next question. The induction of pain by a normal innocuous stimuli is referred to as. So innocuous means not harmful or offensive. So it is called as allodynia. Answer is option 2. Then next one. The transfer of tissue between genetically identical individual like twin is called. So it is called syngenic graft. Answer is option 4. Next one. The function of sieve tubes in plants include transmission of chemical signals, mRNAs, electrical signals, spheroplast. So not spheroplast, because spheroplast they are microbial cell from which the cell wall has been almost completely removed. They are called as spheroplast. So a chemical signals, mRNA and electrical signals are transmitted but not spheroplast. So answer is A, B, C only. Answer is option 2.